welcome back to the channel. My name is Samson Andrew, and this is the second video on the new account. Thank you guys so much for the support off the first video. I very much appreciate it. I showcased a rather impressive Mopar collection that I just happened to stumble across out in the middle of nowhere. I do know where a couple legit barn finds are in my hometown that I personally found, but before pursuing those, you got to realize those things are going to need a lot of work. More than likely, barn finds require a lot of sheet metal, and that gets expensive. For the timely manner, let's hunt down something that's a little bit more complete. We're going to the hills of San Francisco to track down a 1970 Dodge Charger, my first Charger purchase. This car started its life with a 318 small block V8 in it. Later on, somebody did put a 426 Hemi in the car, but sadly they took that thing out and put what I think is just as cool as a 440 big block in it. They have not started the car since they did the new engine swap, but I want to go down there. I'd like to purchase this car, but before I make an offer, we're hopefully going to get this thing to fire up. And that's the real name of the game right there. Will this car start? Let's go ahead and get it. Quarter mile, it's on our left. I'm kind of nervous. I feel nervous when I went to go look at that Challenger, but for some reason I'm kind of nervous about this one. Frame rails. Got some stuff down here. It's got new suspension. It's got new rear. That's new rear end, right? You said?
It's not new, it's
fresh.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
That's what it all is. It's just time.
Yeah, we did all that.
Time, more time.
You got the exhaust?
Yes, it's in the garage.
Okay. But I mean, as far as the car goes, it's kind of a clean slate.
Yeah, it's
As long as the body work's done. The frame rails.
really compared to it for certain.
So hopefully that one guy does a trick.
Oh, we'll these vacuum holes or not? It doesn't matter.
I don't think that matters.
No? Okay.
It'll crank. Maybe if it wants to fire, we'll find out. The carb, what's the story on the carb?
Rebuilt? Never redid that for more than what it cost new. Hey, man.
Hell of a deal. You need some new friends.
$550. I can get this damn thing for $340. You know.
Hey, cranks?
Didn't sound terrible. Of course, you didn't fire it. We can crank it for a second and get some fuel up in there.
Yeah.
We got a jug we can dump some in, maybe. You look in there, so we got all fuel. I can't smell nothing.
No.
Nothing yet?
Oh yeah, that's an easy way to check it.
Yeah,
We're getting.
filter's full.
Oh, she's leaking a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to put one of those clamps on there, but. Oh yeah.
On. That's a lot of squirting. We don't want to have a
Right,
fire
right,
with that
right,
squirting like
right.
that.
Yeah. What the heck? We
Yeah,
gotta go talk to your neighbor.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, go ahead.
Y'all ready? All right, give it a try.
Good.
Nothing. Now, the only other thing we do.
So he's gonna suck your screwdriver in there. Nothing on fire in there.
And we don't like fire.
Unless
Just
it's in the engine.
cylinders.
Yeah.
We probably run the carburetor.
Yeah, we're out of gas now.
Let's put this way.
But we know she fires.
Let's you got a little bottle of water here?
Yeah.
We'll get a little bit and just can spray it, right?
Yeah.
Where'd your spray go? There you go, Jerry. She runs. Got oil pressure even when it's off. So I don't want to forget the back window. Stuff all the interior, fan, radiator, trim parts, all in the back. I don't know. I have to ask him. I don't know if that comes with the car or not.
This one go with it?
Oh, it does. Oh, good deal. Yeah, we could probably squeeze.
Said the other one is a little better shape. This one's only got one chip missing.
Okay. Yeah, sweet.
Fiberglass hat.
You gonna try putting it in there?
Back of the truck.
Back of the truck? Okay. There she is, guys. The car I've wanted since I was a little kid. I really made some big efforts when I was in high school to try making one of these my first car, but that proved to be very unrealistic. But to finally have one of these is a treat, and to go down, and this whole deal just worked out perfectly. Got the 440 running, checked the whole car out. It's got a Dana under the back. It's got new suspension front and back. It came with brand new exhaust, just needs to be installed. All the metal work is done to the car. I've gone through and aligned all the body panels the best I can up to this point. Got the hood set up on there, got the bumper on there, got the doors functioning, and I mean, blown away on this car. Got rid of the tires and wheels that were on it. Got big radials on the back. Didn't need those where we were going. Had these polyglasses left over from my Dodge Challenger project. Well, we'll just go through this car real quick because when we're loading it up, slap this bumper on here. I mean, it's a Charger, no matter what. It's an awesome car, and I'm very happy about it. But one thing that's, I think, is kind of cool that I didn't even know, it wasn't even an advertisement, but it is a 1970 Dodge Charger 500. Now, I'll give you guys a little history lesson. In 1969, they made around 100 Dodge Chargers that were labeled the 500. Very, very rare car. Essentially, all it was a Daytona Charger minus the wing and minus the front hood scoop. They just ended up putting a Cornet grill on the front. That's a very rare car. 1970 rolled around. They had base model Chargers, and then they had a mid-range, which was called the Charger 500. Doesn't hurt the value, doesn't help the value. I mean, it's just a trim package, in my opinion, kind of a thing. And then you had, obviously, the RTs. So one thing to note about any of the Chargers is any old car is they're getting harder and harder to find. Try and find a true RT car, that is something else. Trying to find a matching 440 six-pack car or a Hemi or anything like that, that is something else if you discover one of those. But let's go into this car a little bit because you have to understand, when I showed in my last video, I had a couple wing cars in it. I didn't show the fender tag on those because it's showing respect to the owner of the car. Because this car is the same as any of those other cars. Essentially, everything on it is the same. It's the same sheet metal, the same yada yada. It's got a couple different suspensions and stuff like that. But for this car's value versus a Daytona car's value, it really comes down to the fender tag right there. That little thing tells you exactly what that car is, matching it up to the VIN number. So in those other videos, I did not show you guys the fender tag out of respect for the owner, because that is, I mean, you could copy that, people can run with it. It's like putting your social security number on file. I don't really care to do that, and I wasn't going to do that in this video. In other words, guys, the fender tag is the birth certificate of the car, saying it is what everybody is saying it is, and that is what truly gives value to these cars, to be able to confirm what they are. So there's a reason why in this video here I did not show anything of the fender tags in the videos. It's just something I just don't care to do, and I got no problem with it. If you don't believe these are real wing cars, that's on you. But let's go through this one right here, because my Challenger doesn't have one of these on it, so you don't really know crap about it other than you can look online. But having one of those on there is pretty neat. So you look right here, the first number, E44. I'm going to show you guys this car because it doesn't really matter. E44 is a 318 small block engine. There's nothing too special about it. It's a prime rig for doing a resto mod or something like that, because with a small block engine in the car, it means the car hasn't been beat on. It didn't have enough power to get beat on, but now it's got a 440 in it. Probably still not a lot of power for today's standards. But the next number, D31. That was like the 904 transmission or something. Went with his 318. Very minimal. But then the next number, confirming that it is a Charger 500. Again, I'm not trying to toot any horns or anything. I just think it's kind of neat that this thing was a Charger 500 and it wasn't just a swap grill. But XP29. And that is just saying that it is a Charger 500. You had XS29, which would have been the RT. That would have been something cool to see on there. But to know that it wasn't just a plain Jane base model, go down the list, you realize that it was a burnt orange exterior interior with a white vinyl top. I'm going to change all that out. A lot of that stuff can be repainted, but I'm going to go black with that 440. I did buy another car to make this thing a resto mod with a modern 5.7 Hemi, but ended up fixing that car, and I'm very happy about fixing that other car. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me hunting down my first Charger, because I couldn't be happier on this whole situation. Freaking love it. I'm going to paint this thing the black color that is underneath the hood and have a nice shiny front bumper. Just kind of like the movie. That just happened to be that way. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video. Let me know what you guys' muscle car addiction is. Which cars you guys own. So as time goes on, I'm going to show you guys the rest of the cars. And it's just a fun ride. I can't believe it. Can't believe I finally got one of these. Long time coming. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.